Hello and welcome back to SpriteGuard Plays HyperRogue. We are going to head right back out into the world despite our setbacks. We've been having a lot of difficulty with the Rose Garden. I'm going to leave it alone for a little while until I kind of have more opportunity to explore it on my own time and learn from it. For now, I want to have another successful run like episode 22, something really long and exciting and rich, and so I want to head back out into the world, see if we can get ourselves some of the other orbs that we're missing. We still have not seen the Orb of Freedom that we get from the clearing. That's something that I think that I'm able to get. I have pretty good confidence in my ability to actually get that. And I have been practicing offline. And so that is the first place that I want to look. After that, we will look at getting the Orb of Love, which is going to be very difficult. I don't like doing the Princess Quest on camera. It's kind of similar to the Camelot quest in that it requires a kind of thinking that I find very difficult to commentate. That's something that I'm looking forward to trying, but I think that it's going to require kind of taking an approach more like how I approached this series and this channel when I was very first starting out. And I was really practicing in my off time and really putting a lot of energy into just doing as well as I could. And I think that I have, I have continued to improve, but I think that I have been coasting a little bit recently. I have not been treating it like a skill that I am trying to acquire, so much as just a hobby that I've been doing. And I really enjoy that. I really love making these videos, but I also want to kind of restate my commitment to learning and growing and getting better at this. And so I think taking on the Princess Quest, and maybe even the Camelot Quest, and just seeing what it's going to take in order to do that, and really focusing on getting much better at commentating this game is something that I'm really looking forward to. And things are getting a little bit hairy here in the jungle, and so I want to back off a little bit, deal with it. I often say in this game that one of the most important decisions you have to make is knowing when to back off. And I have been maybe a little bit more reckless than I should have been, but so far that has not come back to bite us. And we just need a few more of these rubies. I would like to see if we can stay within sight of this crossroads while we grab the last few of the rubies that we need. There we go, and now we just need one more, and I think this one is the one that we're going to go after. So let's see if we can get it, and things are not timing out exactly the way I want them to, but that worked just fine. Next thing that we want is gold. My plan for the Princess Quest, kind of to simplify things for us, is I want to take an army into the palace and kind of take it by storm. And so gold is going to be a big part of that. So we'll just gather that up, and the Living Cave is another area where I find it can be very easy to get lazy, to kind of play very recklessly, and so I do want to kind of back off and try and do things a little bit more carefully, a little bit more cautiously. I know that I have been playing kind of lazily because what I've been doing is I've been doing everything kind of in the safest way possible, and really staying in areas that I know, and staying kind of in situations that I understand and that I'm very confident with. And I do want to take a little bit more risk. I want to make things a little bit more exciting because this channel is all about the joy of gaming. That's the name of the show. And it's really the joy in this game. There are many different kinds of joy in this game. And one of the kinds of joy is the challenge, the tactical intricacies, the big difficulties that we face. Another part of the joy of it is just how confident I am in so much of this game, and just going through areas where I used to die all the time, and just going through them so easily and feeling so powerful. And I want to kind of acknowledge both sides of that and really enjoy both sides of that. And so we're going into some of the areas where, you know, when I first started playing this game, I had immense difficulty. The Mirrored Land was so difficult for me to deal with, especially because of the eagles. I just had such a hard time dealing with eagles. And let's see, we can't attack that with the mimic, so we'll just back off and attack it. And I just feel so much more confident in the Mirrored Land that it actually feels like one of the safer areas in the game now. And so it's really great to just kind of breeze through an area where, you know, I felt like I had like a 50-50 chance of surviving in the past. But I want to move on, and I want to do other things, and so because this is one of the safer areas, I think it's one of the better areas to go hunting for an exit. And we're just going to keep going until we see what we want. And there is a crossroads, which is good enough. The crossroads, of course, is the best place for hunting for the land that you want, because lands spawn so abundantly. The zebra is actually one of the areas where I still have the most difficulty, and I'm still not really sure how to take it on. I have gotten very good suggestions about bringing, maybe an army is what we need to take it on. And so that may be what we end up doing much further down the line. But for now, we have our Orb of Flash, and I think we're basically on the lookout for an Orb of Safety. We have most of the things we need. I don't remember if the Overgrown Woods spawns at 30 or 60, and so we still may need 10 more treasures. And so I'm going to keep an eye out for where should we do that? Where's the best place for us to do that? And I'm thinking that the desert is very quick, the ocean is very quick, the palace is very quick. I think the Orb of Discord might serve us the best in the future, and so, you know, kind of going back to the whole joy of gaming thing, one of the things that I love about this game is the strategic side of it, the kind of planning out your route of, okay, what do we need in order to do the things that we want to do? And of course, for the Princess Quest, we're going to want the Hypersian rugs gathered up. And so this is really going to be accomplishing two things at once for us. And I'm saying, let's see, okay, can we get either of these guys into the pit? No, we can't, but we don't need to. And gotta watch out for skeletons as we're kind of passing the 5 treasure mark. When we start to see some of the more advanced mobs in this area. This guy, we can, I think... Oh, no. Doesn't have enough hit points for us to knock him into the pit trap, but that's alright, because we managed to deal with him. So we only need 2 more of these. And then we will be on the lookout for an exit. And it looks like we already have a vizier after us, which is not really ideal, but easy enough to deal with. There is the ping for the mouse. We don't want the mouse yet. And I'm a little bit worried that the land spawn rate is going to be a little bit too low because of the Princess Quest. So we're actually going to be wanting to avoid mice and kind of head in the opposite direction, because we are really ready to move on and get out of here and go someplace else. And it looks like we have another vizier, but that guy shut the door on him, so we are actually a little bit able to kind of be free and escape from him. Now, finding another land is going to be tricky. The Ivory Tower, I believe, does not spawn other lands. There's only the the single border, and so we're going to stay out of there. And here actually is an overgrown woods, but I don't actually think we're ready to take it on. I do want to kind of wrap this episode up and take this on in the next episode, and so we're going to be looking out for crossroads where we can pick up an orb of safety. Along the way, it won't hurt to pick up some mutant fruit or some saplings. And that will get us really ready to take on the clearing. Definitely not going to try and take on the clearing today. That will be in the next episode. For now, we're just going to be really, number 1, looking for a crossroads, and number 2, grabbing some saplings along the way. And of course, the jungle will have the highest chance of spawning adjacent to the overgrown woods. And so that is going to hamper our progress a little bit. I don't know how much higher the chance is, and I'm wondering, is it going to be better to try and find a crossroads from the jungle? But no, actually, here's one right here. And so now we are just on the lookout for an orb of safety, and then we will be ready to take on the next episode. And we can grab some Discord and some Flash, and just really be equipped to go in kind of weapons at the ready. And here is our orb of safety. Where's that going to drop us off? It looks like there is not an overgrown wood within easy reach, but that is what we will be on the lookout for. Looks like we are going to run out of Discord, but have quite a lot of Flash left for us. So that is all coming up. We will also in this series hopefully be going on a much longer and grander adventure than that. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.